What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to showcase a new Omicron that I applied to my account on Monday, and this Omicron actually surprised me. I did not expect the results I got and through my testing, and this is one I highly encourage just about every player apply, just because it's going to save you a ton of time. Yes, it is a Conquest Omicron. You can probably guess which one it is. But we did Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi. This thing, and yes, he's only gear 11, 3 stars. I don't even know what mods he has. I just gave him mods. This thing is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yes, I know there are some feats right now that cater towards the new marquee characters where you need to use both of them surviving, or you need to use both Qui-Gons in one squad in Sector 5. So I get that. But in terms of like the buffs and debuffs that it does, you can knock out like the gain 50 buffs feat within one battle, which is really incredible. Not to say that you can't do that with a very specific special squad that, you know, someone might put up on YouTube and say you got to use JML, you got to use this guy, that guy, Watt, Tambor, Hoda, whatever, to get your buffs or whatever it is. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not everybody has those characters available. This is a character that is fairly new, and they'll probably run as marquee again. That's something that CG's been doing recently. So if you're a brand new player and you haven't gotten Padawan Obi-Wan, he'll probably come back around again. Again, I only have him at 3 stars, which even if he's farmable, that's not that hard to get. I think that's actually like, I think he unlocks at 2. Anyways, so what does this Omicron do? And the thing with this Omicron is I don't even have its full potential unlocked yet, because it benefits when he's relicked. So let's go ahead and read it together. I'll show you guys some gameplay that I recorded, and then we'll kind of just talk about like why this Omicron is arguably, it might be the most valuable Omicron in the game right now. So all allies, that's the other cool thing. It just says while in Conquest. It doesn't say while in Conquest, while Master Qui-Gon's present, while it's Queen Amidala lead, while all allies are Jedi or Galactic Republic. There are no prerequisites here. It's just while in Conquest, which is great. That means this guy is really flexible, and you can use him on any squad practically. But you'll probably want to stick him with his, friends. Allies gain 10% max health and max protection and 30 speed. Allies gain additional 10% max health and protection for each relic amplifier on Padawan Obi-Wan. So you get this guy to R9 one day, everyone's going to be getting double health and double protection pretty much for free. You cut the offense of Sith enemies in half until the end of the battle. That's just a call out to like Maul getting cut in half. I mean, it's flavor text, but you know, if you ever fight a Sith node, which there's always Sith nodes, I guess that helps, but you're probably not going to need the help after what I show you guys what you can do with this thing. It's kind of crazy. Padawan Obi-Wan has 50% chance to take a bonus turn whenever an enemy ends their turn. That's really good. Like, really good. This dude just takes turns for days, I'm telling you. It's kind of incredible. When Padawan Obi-Wan starts his turn, starts the bonus turn, allies recover 75% health, gain 75% offense for 2 turns. Yeah, that's also really good. So he's healing up your team for free and pretty much giving him a nice offense bump. And enemies are inflicted with buff immunity, healing immunity for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. And when I show you guys the gameplay, you'll see it. So I mean, we're already inflicting 2 debuffs every time we take a turn for free. If Padawan here's your first prerequisite. I think it's the only one too. In the unique. I'm not talking about his normal kit. Padawan Obi-Wan stamina is 50% or greater whenever an ally uses a special ability. I'm not going to read all those buffs. You guys can see them on the screen, but pretty much whenever you use a special ability, the target enemy gets inflicted with pretty much every like base standard debuff in the game for 2 turns, which can't be resisted, which is really good for those inflicting debuffs, because sometimes those pesky like evasion down or tenacity down, sometimes you don't, like for newer players, they don't really have all those characters. Like crit damage down too, that's an odd one. You don't see crit damage down a whole lot. I don't think there's a feat for that right now, but this is like a future-proof Omicron that allows you to just pretty much, you'll be able to use this squad for anything. Same thing if he's above 50% stamina. Whenever he uses a special ability, everybody on your team, all these debuffs that were listed, you pretty much get the opposite of that. So everyone gets accuracy up, crit chance up, crit damage up, defense up, evasion up, offense up, potency up, speed up, and tenacity up for 2 turns. So that's really good, because a full team of 5, that means you're doing 5 at a time, which really makes those, gain 50 insert buff feats really easy to do. So, and the other cool thing is I'm pretty sure he ignores taunt somewhere in his kit. I'm not going to go through his whole kit, but he ignores taunt, which allows you to really take advantage of those ruthless data discs. The one where like enemies drop below a certain threshold, you'll gain either turn meter or you'll gain offense stacking. But let's go over to Conquest real quick. I'll show you guys what data discs I recommend using with him. I mean, you can use anything, honestly. This thing is incredible. But there's some really cool things you can do with him real quick. Alright, so if we go to my inventory, I think the ones that are really good with him right now are stacking offense. Whenever an ally gains a buff, they also gain 5% offense stacking. So like I said, anytime he does anything, you're stacking like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 buffs on your whole team. So everyone's going to be stacking like at least 40% offense. I don't know if we have it in this current Conquest, but there's also those data discs that pop up where it's like anytime an ally gets a buff, they also get turn meter. And then the other one that comes to my mind is I think it's massively overpowered is what it's called, but that's the one where when you gain 10 buffs, you inflict true damage for like like 99,000 or something like that, or massive damage. Sorry, massive damage is what you do. But that one, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if it exists in this Conquest, but that's another one to pair for him. So let me go ahead and show you guys a video that I recorded on Monday of pretty much using with basically no data discs. It's pretty incredible what happens. So in this fight, we only had Leaders Resolved equipped, but I'll show you guys where we fought. Alright, so we are going in Sector 1. We're going against Seer here. And I'm showing you guys I don't have the gain evasion up 50 times buff. We're just going to go straight in. I'm just using her standard squad. Nothing special, only an R5 Queen Amidala. Again, 3-star Obi-Wan, 3-star Qui-Gon. I threw in Padme there just for, whatever. I didn't really think about the bonus turn mechanic, so I threw 3PO in there just to reduce Obi-Wan's cooldown so he can keep using his specials, but you're going to see that's not really an issue with the bonus turns. So, if you don't have Queen Amidala, you can still use this character. Like I said, he's got this great generic synergy with his Omicron, so you can pretty much use him with whoever. Obviously, you're going to get more out of him if you pair him with Galactic Republic or Jedi, where he's going to get some type of bonuses. But as you can see here, he's always assisting Qui-Gon, which is great. I mean, look at all the buffs that we're getting right now. It's just insane. And then all the debuffs we're inflicting every time we use a special against pretty much whoever. I don't have any ruthless data discs, as you guys saw, so we're not really taking advantage of ignoring protection here. But yeah, I mean this fight is, and I chose this fight because it was 10 minutes. I didn't realize we were going to get the feat done so quickly. I thought that I needed a much longer fight to do this, but I mean hell, even like Queen Amidala is holding her own right now, and it's just, I mean, the damage is nuts. Like I said, we don't even have the offense stacking buffs. Like if we had offense stacking or massively overpowered, this would be so incredibly easy. But like I said, I really encourage new players, or even like mid-game players, to consider this Omicron, because this team, I know a lot of you guys don't have territory battles Omicrons, but when I was using this team, it felt like I was doing territory battles. This Omicron really is insanely overpowered, and it really made me feel like I was using a team that can just kind of kill anything. Obviously, we lost, Padme there, but we're just going for the feat right now. And again, I'm not trying to kill these guys. That's why I wasn't equipping more data discs, because I wanted to make sure this fight lasted long enough for me to get the feat. But yeah. So what was I saying? I was saying that this team makes me feel like it feels stronger than some Galactic Legends sometimes. And I know roaming Sector 1. I know, not trying to mislead you guys or anything, but and I'm using the team in Sector 5, and it's still fine. But obviously in Sector 5, I'm loaded up with data discs, so now my team is just cracked right now. But this is just with one data disc and 2 3-star characters, and maybe it's just because Queen Amidala is so good, but the team's holding its own. And for those of you that maybe you don't have enough super squads, or that's where you're limited in Conquest, this might be a really good investment for you, because it would suck to do Conquest to only be limited by I only have X amount of good squads, and then all their stamina runs out, and then I can't do anything. This automatically, in my opinion, adds an S tier team for your Conquest roster. So obviously the only downside is you want to make sure he doesn't dip below 50% stamina. But I mean, if you're only using 50%, I think 50% can refill after a 24-hour period. So it's not like, it's not terrible. But yeah, as you saw there, we got the feat. Let's go back to the game real quick. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I just wanted to show off this new Omicron. I don't think a whole lot of people are going to be applying it just because it's Conquest, and the only other Conquest Omicron that we have right now is Sorties, and I've read it so many times, and I'm like, I don't think it adds anything to the Sortie team because you just give them the Zealous Ambition data discs, right? Because they'll all support all the droids, and then they kind of just kill everything. So the Omicron is kind of pointless. They do kind of cater this Conquest towards the new marquees. So I think if you apply it now, you're gonna get some extra value out of it. Have to do it later. I think the earlier you apply this Omicron, the more value you're gonna get out of it. Because yes, you guys are gonna be probably telling me in the comments that you know, the next Conquest character, they're gonna cycle out the Queen Amidala feats and all that, and I'm like, yeah, you're probably right, but you know, we're always gonna get feats that require a team of attackers, a team of Jedi, gain this buff, inflict this debuff. So I mean, there's always going to be a use for Padawan Obi-Wan. Is he going to be able to solo and do every single feat in Conquest? No, but he's going to make your life so much easier. And it's a team that just is insanely good. Like I said, like that's the one thing I hate the most about Conquest is failing battles and wasting energy. So if this saves me time and it saves me energy to farm more Datacrons, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Like I applied it literally before I even started Conquest. I was like reading it and I was like, you know what? I'm okay where I'm at in Omicrons, so I have one I can spare. So like I said, if you guys have an extra one, or you know, if you know you want to take a break from a TW, this is the only time I'm giving you guys permission to take a break from TW Omicron farming. By the way, this is the only time, the only exception. Like I said, guys, I would highly recommend applying it. He's a great character. His Omicron is fantastic. And I mean, this is exactly what you want in a Conquest Omicron. Buffs and debuffs for feats. So, you know, you'll be able to knock out feats quickly. And then just straight up survivability. Like, that's pretty much what you need in Conquest. And then your data discs will do the rest. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think, or even if some of you guys applied with the Padawan Obi-Wan. Let me know what teams you're using with, because like I said, you could use them with any team. That's what's so great about them. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think, and if you're going to be playing this Omicron, or you know, if you want me to test out a certain squad in Conquest, I'm more than willing to with Padawan Obi-Wan. But other than that, guys, take care, have a good one, and I'll see you next time.